Hello, today we will be talking about slash reviewing, whatever you would like to call it, Dracula from 1931. This is one of the original movies. I think it's actually the original movie within the monster universe. I've been watching through all of them. I did watch Frankenstein, and I have already done a review video for that, so if you are curious about that, definitely check that out. But this is going to be strictly for Dracula. So anyway, without further ado, shall we begin? So, Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi from 1931. This movie is, in all honesty, a classic. One of the things I do want to talk about this, but before we get into it, spoiler, there will be spoilers in this movie. The movie came out in 1931, so if you are worried about spoilers, definitely just go and give it a watch first and then come back here. So, because some of the parts that I want to talk about is definitely going to go into spoiler territory and all that, but in all honesty, like, this movie is actually, it is a product of its time, but I think it's actually very well done, and parts of this movie still hold up. During the outdoor scenes, you can kind of see that they were on a stage, like, and all that, and I don't know if you knew this, but this one, the original Dracula film, actually takes a lot more influences from the stage play, rather than Bram Stoker's novel, so I actually found that really interesting, and of course, Bela Lugosi plays Count Dracula in this, and one thing I've noticed about older movies too is the pace moves so much faster. Like, the movie's like an hour and 16, 17 minutes, and like it makes sure it makes the most of that time, and it goes from one thing to the next to the next to the next. And honestly, like, it's kind of different watching like modern day movies and all that, and then going back and watching an older one, because you can definitely see the differences. But one of the biggest things with older movies that I've noticed with like compared to newer ones is the sets. They were all practical and they were all humongous. Like, Count Dracula's castle is humongous in this, and his first introduction and all that, and then his little stare down with Van Helsing. And I know nowadays Dracula is kind of like the character itself isn't really like a joke, but it's more or less like it's not taken seriously. But when you go back and rewatch these films and actually seeing how serious they actually took this story and all that, and the fact that he's only played Dracula twice. He played him in this, and then he played him in Abbott and Costello, which is actually just completely wild to me, but it's actually really cool. I'm actually going through the Universal Monster movies right now, like every single one of them, and as I watch them, I'll probably be doing review videos for them, so definitely keep an eye out for that, because it's going to go well past the Halloween season, like, going through all of these, but I still think it's going to be cool to watch all of them, and I'll be doing review videos for them. I've rewatched Frankenstein, but I've already did a review video for that, and my views on that haven't really changed at all, so you can definitely just check that one out, because I'm not going to re-record a new one just to pretty much say what I've said before. But like I was saying earlier, like, the sets in this movie is absolutely fantastic. Bela Lugosi is great as Dracula. Van Helsing, the actor that plays him, actually pops up, not as Van Helsing, but actually pops up in a lot of other films too as the character. Sorry, that was my fault. Not as the character, but like, the actor himself pops up as different characters throughout a lot of the films, because I've noticed that too. Like, he popped up in The Mummy, he popped up in Frankenstein, so they definitely like this actor and they wanted to keep him around for other stuff. But like I was saying earlier, this film is just like, it's a product of its time, but it still holds up. I actually do think Frankenstein is better, but this one is really solid. On a movie scale, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, because it's so atmospheric, and I love watching it around the Halloween time, because it truly kind of puts you in that mood, just the spooky season and all that, and I honestly think it's just so much fun. And if you've never seen this movie, I do highly recommend just give it a watch at least once, just to see how far cinema has come compared to how it used to be. And but that's not really like me bashing on this at all, because I still think it's actually an incredibly solid film, and I don't think it's bad whatsoever, considering I've watched it a few times now and I still go back to rewatch it, and there's still a few scenes in this movie that is actually legit unnerving. Like, just everything that the Count does is incredibly eerie, and it's a very solid film in my opinion. And that is my review of Dracula. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe so I know to keep making more of these. If you have any video requests, please leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to reply. As of now, I have a few video requests and those are being made, but if you do have any others, just let me know. As long as my capability of making it, I will be making it. And if you saw the original Dracula from 1931, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? Because I am curious to see what other people thought of this film as well before we actually before we go into more films and all that, because Dracula actually has had a huge amount of remakes and all that, but like this one still stands the test of time and is still around and people still talk about it to this day. But anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye.